yeah, Collegeville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a Kahok. I'm about to graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1, 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the cheapin' crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play with sports. I play my cards right, now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm the back cause everybody rolling with me, Kahawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
All the freshmen,
High school, champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good afternoon to everyone, and welcome to Camelot Bowl here in Collinsville. I bet you can guess why we're here. Well, we're here to cover some bowling. My name is Todd Duke. Glad that you have decided to join us here for a little bowling action, and we're going to cover the girls' bowling team today. We were here a week ago today to cover the boys, so it's the girls' turn as your Collinsville Lady Kahawks get ready to take on the Lady Tigers of Edwardsville. And again, my name is Todd Duke, and we welcome you in to the pregame show brought to you today by Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, owned and operated by Dr. Chris McCluskey. He and his crew are focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives all through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, 410 Regency Center, just off of the Beltline Road in Collinsville. You can give them a call at 618-343-3602 or online at chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. Well, the Kahawks come into this contest, and of course, besides tournament play, they really only go head-to-head against Southwestern Conference teams for the most part. There's a little outlier in there here or there. So far on the year in Southwestern Conference action, Collinsville is 2-0, and they are under their head coach, Sean Hay, who begins his 25th year as the head coach at Collinsville High School, both the boys and the girls bowling head coach, although he has relinquished some of the boys' head coaching responsibilities to his son, former Kahawk bowler himself, in Eli Hay. Coach Sean Hay has a record with the girls of 265 wins, 60 losses. Edwardsville, they come in at 0-2 on the year. Deanne Vogel is their head coach, and the IHSA does not have anything except for just a couple of seasons for girls bowling, so I really have no idea how long she's been head coach nor what her record is. So let's go back over on the Collinsville side here for just a minute. We mentioned Coach Sean Hay is the head coach of both the boys and the girls. He's been doing that on both sides since the 2000-2001 season, so it's been a while, but he's had his most success on the girls side. 19 times his girls teams have been in the state tournament. They are 9-time regional champions, 9-time sectional champions. They finished in third place in state during the 2008-2009 season. Second place twice. That was in the 2005-2006 season, and they did it again in the 2014-2015 season, and they won the state championship. This was a good couple of years before the Kahok Sports Network got on the air. In the 2009-2010 season, Franny Steiner was the state champ. She now goes by Franny Kolsta after getting married, and she was the overall girls state championship or state champion in that 2009 and 10 season. And now I see her every day that I'm at work because she is the secretary at the Hollywood Heights School in which I work at for the Collinsville School District. So Collinsville, their 2-0 record has come virtue of wins over Belleville West and the O'Fallon Lady Panthers. Collinsville finished 4th in the season opening Triad Invitational behind first place Taylorville and second place Mascoutah and third place Belleville East. Collinsville just wrapped up another tournament over this past weekend on Saturday. They finished in second place at the Abe Lincoln Invitational in Springfield. Junior Layla Jaoko finished in 4th place overall with a series of 1,222 and a high game of 263. Senior Casey Buckman finished 5th overall in that tournament and a team high 265 and a series high of 1205. The girls finished just 47 pins behind first place O'Fallon, and that was out of 18 teams, so they couldn't catch O'Fallon. Just a few days after beating them, they beat O'Fallon Wednesday at St. Clair Bowl, so they beat O'Fallon Wednesday and then played alongside them in a tournament on Saturday and just finished 47 pins behind the first place Lady Panthers. Edwardsville, they have not played in any tournaments this year, so they've only had the 2 Southwestern Conference matches so far this season. And the team has just 4 bowlers on their JV team, and I believe that, I thought I had that written down somewhere, that Edwardsville has lost to, I wanted to say Alton and O'Fallon themselves, but I don't know if that's right, because each one of those has 1 loss and 1 win, so I can't tell. I thought I wrote that down, but apparently I did not. At any rate, they have a young team just like Collinsville. Neither one of these 2 varsity teams has any seniors on their teams. They got a couple of new faces at Edwardsville. The Stafford girls, Valerie, a junior, and Caitlin, a freshman. Other than that, they have 1 junior and 3 sophomores on their starting roster. And the freshman Stafford will be sitting out the first game, but I was told that she will come in on the second game. Collinsville, they have 1 freshman as well. They do have 1 senior, Casey Buckman, on their team. Other than that, you have junior, that would be Layla, and you have a couple of sophomores, Elena Lang and Kellen Stevens. So that is where we stand at this particular point. We will take a timeout here, and when we come back from our timeout, we will talk things over with the aforementioned head coach of your Collinsville Kahawks, and that is Sean Hay. We will do that as the Chiropractic Works pregame show continues here on the Kahawk Sports Network.
I'd like to introduce you to some incredible new technology we have available here at Chiropractic Works. The machine is known as an Invisired lipolaser machine. The Invisired machine emits a red light and red laser that combine in unison to go through the skin layers into the adipose or fat tissue and cause the cells to go ahead and metabolize themselves. The Invisired technology is the only machine that's FDA approved for fat loss, stimulates collagen and elastin, improves the function of the lymphatic system, boosts metabolism, and increases metabolic response. Typical response after the very first treatment is 1/2 to 2 inches of loss in body measurement. So if you think that this technology could help you accomplish any weight loss or aesthetic goals, we would be glad to have you come in for a consultation, get a first treatment, and experience the amazing benefits that Invisired offers.
Collinsville Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahawk alums. Located at 1966 Vandalia, Collinsville Barbecue Supply is your one-of-a-kind barbecue headquarters that focuses on everything barbecue and cooking, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, in-person class instruction, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts, including an in-house chef and pitmaster. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning sauces and rubs that supports our nation's first responder and military organizations that focus on the fallen, suicide prevention, and PTSD awareness. Stop on by, see the guys at Collinsville Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Collinsville Barbecue Supply, home of the 4-time world champion Patriot Sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at collinsvillebarbecue.com or call 618-855-8855.
We love to have you come work for the city of Collinsville. We have many positions available, from seasonal jobs to full-time opportunities in many of our departments. From police and fire to Gateway Center, Parks and Recreation, and City Hall. Our employees enjoy great benefits like comprehensive medical plans, paid time off, tuition reimbursement, and more. Visit the city's website, collinsvilleil.org, to apply and learn more about working for the city of Collinsville.
Want to catch some of the best live music in Collinsville from a band of all Collinsville area residents? Look no further than Sonically Pleasing. Sonically Pleasing with former Kahok Logan Carlisle, his dad Tim, along with Caleb Tanzius, play some of the best rock and roll hits from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and beyond. You can catch Sonically Pleasing at some of the area's finest venues, as well as book Sonically Pleasing for your private event or party. To put some music in your life, it's Sonically Pleasing. Check out Sonically Pleasing's Facebook page for upcoming live show dates and to book them for your special event, or to call to book that event at 618-401-0052. Pleasing live rock music for your ears. Sonically Pleasing, 618-401-0052.
I'd like to introduce you to some incredible new technology we have available here at Chiropractic Works. The machine is known as an InvisiRed lipolaser machine. The InvisiRed machine emits a red light and red laser that combine in unison to go through the skin layers into the adipose or fat tissue and cause the cells to go ahead and metabolize themselves. The InvisiRed technology is the only machine that's FDA approved for fat loss, stimulates collagen and elastin, improves the function of the lymphatic system, boosts metabolism, and increases metabolic response. Typical response after the very first treatment is 1/2 to 2 inches of loss in body measurement. So if you think that this technology could help you accomplish any weight loss or aesthetic goals, we would be glad to have you come in for a consultation, get a first treatment, and experience the amazing benefits that InvisiRed offers.
Once again, we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network, live from Camelot Bowl in Collinsville. Collinsville Lady Kahawks, as well as the boys, but we're covering the ladies tonight, getting ready to take on Edwardsville. And joining us now is head coach Sean. Hey, how are you, Coach?
I'm doing great, and I just want to say thank you for everything that you do. It is greatly appreciated in our community.
Well, I love doing it, man. No problem. All right, so, man, this is your 25th year. Did you realize that?
Yeah. It's 25th year of high school. Yeah, I did a couple in college, but yeah, that's I've been doing this a bit.
Yeah, you have been. And you've had the most success with the girls' teams over the years. I mean, you got a first-place trophy to show that. You got a couple of seconds. You got a third as well. So tell me a little bit about this year's girls' team. I know that you're a little short on numbers, but you got some good returning players.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's unfortunate we don't have enough to fill out a JV team this year. It's just I know girls sports across the board has been down a little bit for other teams as well, and so it's something that we are actively trying to address. But as it sits right now, it's still easy to be pretty decent when you have the 3 returners that I have from the regular varsity lineup. So. With our senior Casey Buckman, junior Layla Jaoko, and our sophomore Kellen Stevens, all were regular starters last year at varsity. So I would put them up against any other team's best bowler, and they would compete head-to-head. So to have 3 of those on the team is definitely a help.
Yeah, Kellen Stevens burst on the scene last year as a freshman for you guys and did very, very well. So I would imagine she's going to be getting better as she progresses.
Yeah, we got to avoid that sophomore slump. That does happen. That phrase is not a that's a genuine phrase, and it is for a reason. But she's going at things well. She's got a better mindset this year than last year. Last year, just kind of catching up. I mean, she just kind of got caught up in it. But as the season went on, she had a couple lull moments where she was worrying about losing what she had and that kind of thing. That's pretty normal stuff. So I'm hoping she went through that little sophomore slump in the middle of last year, and she came out and bowled really great in tournaments on the off season. And so I'm looking forward to seeing her not have that sophomore slump this year.
All right, tell us about your freshman, Emma Lynn Williams.
Emma Lynn Williams, yeah, she comes from a bowling lineage. She is the daughter of Sarah Williams, also known as Sarah Lejeune, which is our Coach Lejeune's daughter. So she bowled for me in my first year coaching here. Her mom was a junior, and she was a varsity starter when I came in, and so it's kind of cool to see things come full circle. So I'm pretty happy that she's here, and she's not been bowling as long, but she's definitely learning. She's getting better every day for sure.
All right, tell us about your other sophomore, because that is a new name to me as well,
Sure.
Elena Lang.
Elena Lang is one of my favorite names, by the way.
Yeah,
It's just
that's
fun.
great.
It rolls right off the tongue. But no, Elena is, last year she was kind of hidden because we had the group that we had last year. Elena would have been starting on a lot of teams. She came in, she had a little bit of physical or mechanical issues that we had to work through. It took a little bit of time. And then right at the end of the season, she started to click and started to get things. And this year, it didn't take but 2 practices for her to start getting back to where she was. So she's doing pretty well right now. She's had some decent. So far her series have been somewhere between 550 to 590, so which is decent, and she's honestly ahead of schedule. And so I'm looking forward to seeing how this season goes as we go.
Of course, you mentioned the stalwarts and Casey Buckman and Layla Jaoko. So you guys played in the Abe Lincoln Invitational on Saturday, and Layla finished in 4th and Casey finished in 5th, so not a bad outing.
Definitely not a bad outing, and honestly, Layla was a little under the weather, so it's nice to get a little bonus there. Casey was struggling a little bit in the first half, and then we were able to pinpoint some things at lunch, and she started to make some slight changes in her approach, and it made all the difference in the world. She shot 690 in the second half, so I'd like to see where she bowls today and see if she retains what we worked on during that tournament.
Yeah, and you guys just coming off a big win last Wednesday at O'Fallon in St. Clair Bowl, and then O'Fallon ends up winning the tournament.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And again, I knew we've got some, like I said, with a couple of faces that weren't tournament experienced. I knew that first time you get into a bigger group like that, because it's a big center, a lot of teams, that it was going to be a little bit more like starstruck, and then after they settled in, they would bowl a little bit more like they would. So I'd like to go back and do that tournament again, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. All right, I know you got a annual charity challenge that you want to talk about as well, so go ahead.
Absolutely. We do a charity challenge every year with Taylorville. We take turns hosting, and we choose the common charity. This year we're choosing the Mid-America Transplant, which, if you don't know much about the organization, if you know anybody that's had an organ transplant, they weren't involved. You need an in-between between hospitals and HMOs and all that nonsense. No offense to anybody who works in that business, but you need someone in between that can get the organs from where they are to where they need to be, that's not tied up with either group. And so Mid-America Transplant is a not-for-profit. Comes in, they've got volunteer pilots. People with pilot's license volunteer for this organization. And if you need a liver to get from Springfield to St. Louis, they're the people that are going to make that happen. And they really do a lot with monitoring and seeing where available donors are.
That's very cool.
So it's very awesome. And so we're going to be doing this on December 23rd at 11:30 a.m. at Camelot Bowl. We're going to bowl 3 games, and we're doing it kind of like a bowl-a-thon. Obviously, someone can just give a flat donation, or they can sponsor one of our bowlers or multiple of our bowlers for like a penny a pin or something of that nature. So we're looking forward to it. If anybody wants to make a donation, you can email me at shay@cusd.khawks.org. And or you can contact a bowler if you know one, and they'll be happy to take your sponsorship.
All right, before I let you go, you guys are facing Edwardsville today. They are a little struggling. They're very young. So, what do you think about this Edwardsville team?
There's a lot of beginning bowlers that I'm seeing, especially on their JV, which for me is just as an avid bowler, I love to see them coming out and getting better. They lost a lot of talent from last year. They actually had Nevin, who was a state finalist from the boys' side. On the girls' side, they are getting numbers up. Before they were in the same situation that we were in the past, or that we are in now. They were in that in the past, so I'd love to see them getting a little bit more numbers. Hold on one second. There's a brush in the back. Sorry about that. I had to do a little coaching. But anyway, so I'd like to see them getting a little bit more numbers. But as always, there's other outside organizations have things going on, and sometimes it limits their numbers. I know they have issues with bands sometimes. But like I said, the group right now, this is the first time I'm seeing their actual girls from this year. So anyway, there that is.
Yeah. All right. Well, we will talk to you after game number 3.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thanks, sir. That is Sean Hay, your Collinsville Lady Kahok and the boys head coach in bowling. We will take a break here on the Chiropractic Works pregame show, and when we come back, well, we'll have some bowling for you. Hopefully, we'll be doing all that and more coming up on the Kahok Sports Network.
I'd like to introduce you to some incredible new technology we have available here at Chiropractic Works. The machine is known as an InvisiRed lipolaser machine. The InvisiRed machine emits a red light and red laser that combine in unison to go through the skin layers into the adipose or fat tissue and cause the cells to go ahead and metabolize themselves. The InvisiRed technology is the only machine that's FDA approved for fat loss, stimulates collagen and elastin, improves the function of the lymphatic system, boosts metabolism, and increases metabolic response. Typical response after the very first treatment is 1/2 to 2 inches of loss in body measurement. So if you think that this technology could help you accomplish any weight loss or aesthetic goals, we would be glad to have you come in for a consultation, get a first treatment, and experience the amazing benefits that InvisiRed offers.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Jason Regg, your Benjamin F. Edwards financial advisor, understands this. That's why Jason Regg is a proud supporter of your Collinsville Kahawks and the Kahok Sports Network, as well as the Kahok Educator of the Month Award. For all of your investment needs, see financial advisor and investment vice president Jason Regg at the Benjamin F. Edwards office in Collinsville, located at 1008 Vandalia Street, or call Jason Regg at 618-223-5215 or visit benjaminfedwards.com. Benjamin F. Edwards, member SIPC. Caseyville VFW Post 1117 Auxiliary supports the VFW with post projects and fundraiser events. The Caseyville VFW Auxiliary also provides donations and sponsorship for Veterans in Need, Jefferson Barracks in St. Louis, the Caseyville Food Pantry, outreach programs, summer lunches for students in the Collinsville Unit 10 School District, and now the Kahok Sports Network, plus sponsoring CHS programs like band, theater, and sports. If you would like to provide support or join the Caseyville VFW Auxiliary, contact the Caseyville VFW Post 1117 at 618-344-9878. Projects in and around your home can be daunting and overwhelming. Take the stress out of those projects and let AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions do all the heavy lifting. Former Kahok Adam Welly can help knock those projects off your list. From framing drywall, painting, and stair work inside to deck work, hardscapes, and concrete and retaining wall construction outside your home, including power washing and brush removal. Whatever the task, AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions can help. Call Adam Welly for a free estimate at AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions, 314-252-8010. That's 314-252-8010. Is it finally time to start doing what you've been talking about doing for years? Start making those plans right now and let Northwestern Mutual help you plan your future. Former Kahok Joe Philpott can help you get started with that plan today. Joe Philpott, a financial advisor with Northwestern Mutual, can help build a plan specifically for you with a wide range of financial options and the flexibility to change that plan as your priorities change. To get started on your future, give Joel Philpott a call today at Northwestern Mutual's Fairview Heights office at 618-606-2022. Spend your life living with Northwestern Mutual. Call Joel Philpott today, 618-606-2022.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Visit Brad Keene at his Collinsville office at 106 North Clinton or call 618-467-8420. Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
The Collinsville Daily News, the new online source for everything newsworthy in and around Collinsville. This news source is designed to be the heartbeat of the Collinsville community and is owned and operated by members that live in this area. The Collinsville Daily News generates their revenue with local support from the community in which they serve and from advertising. They do not charge to read their content, so you'll never run into one of those annoying paywalls. Not only that, but the Collinsville Daily News offers free classified advertising. You have items you want to buy, sell, or trade? It's free to post. Wedding or engagements announcements, as well as obituaries, all free at CollinsvilleDailyNews.com. Plus, they have the content that matters most. Collinsville news you need to know, coverage of Kahok sports, and a keen eye on city news. The Collinsville Daily News also has an event tab that allows you to find out what is going on in and around the region for you and your family, the heartbeat of the community. Helping readers make sense of an increasingly chaotic world. Check them out at CollinsvilleDailyNews.com, on social media sites Facebook and Instagram. The heartbeat of this community is the Collinsville Daily News.
Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884.
Hello, excuse me. Once again, we welcome you back here to Camelot Bowl. My name is Todd Duke, and we are just about ready to get going here. We are covering the girls today. It is Collinsville versus Edwardsville, and they will be on lanes 25 and 26. And in case you can't see the numbers all the way down there at the other end, that would be the two that are underneath the big blue bowling ball on the wall. Right in the middle of your screen, that would be to the left of the young man's head there. It looks like everybody's ready to go. Sorry for the deluge of commercials, but, you know, bowling is one of those rare sports where we just do not have a clock. So I really have no idea how much time I have until we're going to play the national anthem. So we had to wait for him to get that done before we can go back on the air. But we're ready to go now. And here is Casey Buckman over on lane 25 for the Lady Kahawks to get things going. And she will start off by rolling a strike. How about that? Madison Wendleton is the sophomore. She's on 26. And she didn't waste any time. And that's a straight ball right down the middle on the head pin. And she's going to have to deal with a split to start things off here. Here is Emma Lynn Willis. Emma Lynn got two first names in one name. Emma Lynn, no hyphenation. It's just E-M-M-A-L-Y-N-N. Emma Lynn Williams, the only freshman that'll be starting here with the 5, as we're already having problems with lane 25. Now the pin setter comes down, so that'll give Madison Wendleton a chance to go for her spare. And once again, that ball is right down the middle. That's more down the middle than I even throw, and I'm a right down the middle kind of thrower. All right, here is Williams on 25 for Collinsville. And she'll bring one in there from the side, and she'll get a strike. How about back-to-back strikes for Buckman and Williams to start things off with? And here is Vivian Panico, a junior for Edwardsville, who will pick up Edwardsville's first strike here in this first game. JV girls are right next to the girls that we're covering here. And then you have the varsity boys. Matter of fact, we have one of them getting ready to roll down number 27 right now. And then the JV boys are over to their right. Here is Elena Lang, and Elena Lang will have 2 up there if the pin setter can catch it right. It does. And Valerie Stafford, a junior, will take care of the 7 pin. That's the only thing she can knock down on her first go-round. As these bowlers get used to the lanes here. Of course, they did have a good 10-minute practice session going on beforehand. Here is Lang, the sophomore for Collinsville, one of 2 of the starting 5 going for her spare, and she'll just pick up the back pin and leave the front pin. And that'll bring up now Alex Hill, I think. No, this is Valerie Stafford, her second try over here on 26. And she's still heading over there to that other side, but she'll get 8 of the 9 remaining pins down. And now the only junior on the roster for Collinsville, Layla Jaoko, down 25 with her first throw here in game number 1. Comes in from the right side and will leave a 7-10 split. That's never fun. Here is Alex Hill, a couple of sophomores, 3 sophomores for Edwardsville, and she'll roll one into the gutter. And Jaoko has her hands full right off the bat here. 7-10 split. Those are never fun. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. But she'll give it a try. Yeah, she aims for the 10 pin first. It'll go in the gutter, and she'll just be stuck with the 8. Alex Hill is trying for the 10 pin spare, and this one is right down the middle, and she'll get that 10 pin spare. And that leaves us with just the anchor bowlers. And first up for Collinsville running the anchor is Kellen Stevens, the sophomore that we spoke about in the pregame show. Came on the scene last year as a freshman, did very well for herself. Stevens lets it go down 25, and she'll bring it in from the right, and she'll pick up a strike. And Collinsville's first frame is over with, and here now is Sydney Walker for Edwardsville. And down 26 it goes, and looks like she's aiming for the 7, only one that she picks up. So Edwardsville off to a little rough start, but at least Alex Hill picked up her 10-pin spare. So now Sydney Walker is going to go for a 9-pin spare over here on 26 to end frame number 1. And it's on the way. That one's right down the middle. And she will pick up a 9-pin spare. So after one complete frame in the books, we are tied, 47-47. I mentioned the JV girls are to the left of the varsity girls, but there's not really there. Collinsville only has 2 JV girls as a whole, but one of them's not here. So the one is over there on 23 and 24. And Edwardsville only has 1 on their JV team as well. So a little light on the numbers for both Edwardsville and Collinsville as Madison Wendleton rolls it down 25, and she'll leave up a couple of pins. And here is Casey Buckman on 26 for Collinsville. as frame number 2 gets underway, and she'll have a split to deal with as well, just a few more pins than Wendleton does. So Madison Wendleton over on 25, dealing with, looks like the 8 and the 10, maybe the 4 and the 10, excuse me, and she'll kick the field goal instead and go right in between them. And now Casey Buckman has a 2, 5, 8, and a 10. So she aims for the 3 pins and hopes that one kicks over, but that does not happen. So she'll end up with an open frame here after bowling a strike on her first go out. Here is Vivian Panico. Panico on lane 25. Picked up a strike her first time and will be left with the 7 pin. Emmeline Williams, the lone freshman on the team here, is rolling it down 26. And she's got a nice approach and will take down everything except the 7, despite the fact that she had a spinning pin right in front of it. So here is Panico going for her 7 pin, and she'll miss. And we'll see if Williams can do a little bit better than that with her 7 pin over on 26. Told you about the team highs by Buckman and Jaoko in the Abe Lincoln tournament in Springfield on Saturday, but the bowling site, bowl.com, only keeps track of the head-to-head matches. So no tournament factors in here, as Williams goes for her 7, and she'll miss hers as well. So with just the head-to-head matches with other schools, Casey Buckman has the game high with a 236. Layla Jaoko has the average high with a 207, and she also has the high series with a 652. Vivian Panico has the average high for her team at 132, and as well as the game high of 162, but Valerie Stafford has the high series for Edwardsville at 434. Collinsville comes in averaging 880 pins, while Edwardsville has an average of 539. Collinsville's high average is just a little bit short than that of O'Fallon with an 887, and Alton 1 pin ahead of Collinsville with an 881. Now I can put those sheets away. Here is Alex Hill over on 25 trying to pick up her spare, and she'll fall a little short of doing that. Meanwhile, for Collinsville, Elena Lang over on 26 trying to pick up her spare, and she is successful in that endeavor. We'll be back here Wednesday to cover the boys as they take on Alton. And then we'll be back here on the 6th, or the following Monday, 1 week from today, to cover the girls once again. We saved the best for last. January 6th will be our last bowling match of the year that we're going to cover on the Kahok Sports Network, and that's also going to be a girls match. And that's going to be Collinsville versus O'Fallon, so that should be a really good match. Collinsville, as we mentioned in the pregame show, beat O'Fallon Wednesday of last week at St. Clair Bowl, and then couldn't quite catch O'Fallon at the Abe Lincoln Invitational. O'Fallon ended up finishing in first place, while Collinsville finished 47 pins behind him and took second. Here is Sydney Walker for Edwardsville on 25. She has 3 pins to deal with, missed the head pin. Meanwhile, Layla Jaoko on 26 trying to pick up her spare after she was left with a 7-10 split on her first go-around and fell off the gutter right before it made it to that 10 pin. So Edwardsville's already finished, and Kellen Stevens will finish up the second frame for both teams here as she'll let one go on 26. She has bowling socks on. And her bowling socks on the way down 26. And that one looks good, and ooh, left the 10 pin though. Had a strike in her first go round. Now she'll try to pick up this 10 pin for a spare to end frame number 2. Boys are just now beginning frame number 3. And right now, looking up there, Collinsville has a lead of 151 to 118 on the boys' side. Stevens ready to finish up frame number 2 for the girls. She will miss it. And after 2 frames in the book, Collinsville has a lead. The ladies do 121 to 105 after we were not at 47 after the first frame. So a little bit of separation here now for Collinsville as we switch sides, and Lady Kahawks will head back over to 25 while the Lady Tigers will take care of their responsibilities over here on 26. Here is Casey Buckman on 25. A strike and then an open frame, and she mows down the right side. Here is Madison Wendleton for Edwardsville on 26. And hers is just a little bit off the head pin as well. So each of the first bowlers for Collinsville and Edwardsville have let 4 up. Buckman will go first. Not a lot of waiting because there's only 2 bowlers to their left. And it looks like they are already into frame number 7 over there. It goes a little faster when you only have 2 of them. Here is Casey Buckman, the lone senior on the Lady Kahawks team, trying to pick up her spare, and she will. And now Madison Wendleton, down 26 for Edwardsville, trying to pick up her spare, but she'll miss the head pin and leave the head pin. Emmeline Williams on 25. I believe that might be Caitlin Stafford over there for Edwardsville. She's the only bowler that's not starting here on the varsity side, but their head coach told me that she would probably come in for the second game. Meanwhile, Panico takes care of 7. Emmeline Williams looking for the ball that's going to take care of that 7 pin. Most of these players out here, man, they have like 3 or 4 different bowling balls they use in different situations. And here is Williams' try, and it's not going to get the movement that she wanted on it. She'll leave that 7 pin standing there. Panico had to wait for Daniel Wilde to get through. And now she'll roll one down there. It has that nice spin to it and got what she wanted to do. Got the result she needed. Here is Elena Lang. Lang down 25 for Collinsville. Hits the head pin, but only 2 pins left up there now. Valerie Stafford for Edwardsville down 26. Hanging out on the left-hand side. The face said it all on the way back. Lang for Collinsville down 25. Trying to pick up her lone pin. That one's off to the left, and she'll miss that one. A few open frames here for both teams as we get going here in this first one. Here is Stafford. She'll take care of the one over on the right, leave the other 2. Layla Jaoko on 25 for Collinsville. Jaoko also plays tennis for the Lady Kahawks. She'll leave another split. Not getting very fortunate here today with these first throws down the lane. Alex Hill leaves up a couple. She'll have to take care of the 1 and the 3. And Jaoko has the 6-10 over on the left, or on the right side, and the 7 over on the other side. See if she can kick that pin over there. Almost got that 6 pin to move over and hit that 7, but the 7 remains. Alex Hill, the sophomore, trying to take care of the 1-3 combination, but she'll miss to the left. Here is Kellen Stevens for the Lady Kahawks. Stevens leaves up 1. Just missing, just a little bit off on that head pin coming in from the right, trying to hit that right side of the head pin. Sydney Walker for Edwardsville down 26, and she shakes her hand like the ball got stuck on her thumb or something, and it ends up being a gutter ball. Kellen Stevens trying to pick up her spare on 25. And it's on the way. Perfect. So 3rd frame over for Collinsville, and after this throw by Sydney Walker, the same thing will be true for Edwardsville. This one will stay up, but still travel to the left and knock a couple of pins down. So after 3 frames in the books, Collinsville up 184 to 143. As we head to frame number 4, boys are already a couple of bowlers into frame number 4, and as of right now, they have a pretty good lead, 271 to 194. We'll switch sides once again, and Lady Cahoks will be over here on 26. And Madison Wendleton will get things started on 25. Frame number 4 is now underway. She's not very happy with herself. That's a few times that she's let the ball go and then turns away and walks before she even sees what happens. Here is Casey Buckman coming in from that right side, and she'll pick up her second strike of this game. Madison Wendleton only knocked down the 10 pin, so she's trying for a 9-pin spare. And once again, she'll walk away before she even sees the end result. And she'll miss in the vacated 10-pin area, and Emmeline Williams almost picked up a strike. She had a strike in her first frame as well. This is the 3rd frame in a row where she has left 1 pin behind. Vivian Panico, one of 2 juniors for Edwardsville, is waiting for Williams to finish out her throw. And Williams will pick up a spare. Said that was her 3rd 9 in a row, and the first 2 she left open. This one she picks up the spare, and Panico puts one in the gutter for Edwardsville over on 25. Elena Lang on 26 for the Lady Kahawks. Nicely done. Her first strike. And Panico takes care of 6 of the 10 she left behind after that opening gutter ball. Here is Layla Jaoko on 26 for the Lady Kahawks. That one's got some nice movement. There you go. And Layla will finally pick up a strike. Had an open frame in her first frame after that 7-10 split. And then picked up a spare in the second, then had another split in the 6th. That is registered on the screen, but that 7-10 split's not up there as a split. That's weird. Back-to-back strikes for Lang and Jaoko, and Buckman started off with a strike as well. Here is Kellen Stevens. She missed the head pin, so she'll try to make it a spare and give Collinsville 3 strikes and 2 spares in frame number 4 if she can pull it off. Alex Hill ready to go on 25. And it's on the way and heading toward the gutter. She's a tiny thing. Kellen Stevens has the 1-2-4 spare she's trying to pick up. And here is that try. And she is successful. So Collinsville does indeed. 3 strikes, 2 spares in the 4th frame. And here is the next one by Hill. And she'll take care of 8 of the 10 she left behind. And that'll leave things up to Sydney Walker here for Edwardsville. Looks like the 2 JV girls, 1 for each team over there, done on 23-24, and looking like they're going to take a break. So that means Sydney Walker can go ahead and go whenever the pins get set, and that is exactly what happened. Walker lets it go. A little bit off to the left of the head pin, so she'll take care of 6 and leave up 4. And she'll have to deal with the 1, 3, 6, and the 9. As she's ready to go. And it's on the way. Moves a little bit over to the left, but not far enough to hit that head pin, so she'll leave 2 up. And after 4 frames in the books, Collinsville comfortably in front, 251 to 176. Boys are a couple bowlers away from finishing up their 5th frame, while the girls are just getting started here with frame number 5. Boys have a sizable lead over there, 397 to 248 against Edwardsville right now. Casey Buckman will get the 5th frame going here for Collinsville on lane 25. And she'll pick up another strike. That is the 3rd strike here in the first 5 frames for Buckman. Madison Wendleton still having a rough go at it. She once again let the ball go and turns her back on it before it finishes doing its thing. Emmeline Williams is going to let it go down 25 while Wendleton waits for her ball to come back. Williams will leave the 10 pin. Wendleton. She turns around and looks this time at least. A little straighter. Left up 3. Excuse me. I have a game every day this week, man. Let me oil this voice down a little bit. Williams misses the 10 pin. That is her 3rd open frame 4 times in a row now. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and now 5th frame that she has rolled a 9 on the first ball. She started off with a strike. Just can't seem to figure it out there and keeps on leaving 1 pin up. Here is Elena Lang. And she'll pick up a strike. That's a back-to-back strikes for Elena. At home, we call that a double. Yeah, we bowl in the Xbox at home. My wife has bowled a couple of 300 games on that, I think. I have not yet. Here is Vivian Panico, and she gets that spin on the ball, and that keeps it out of the gutter, and she'll leave up the 1-3-6. Here is Jaoko on 25 for Collinsville, and she'll get a strike. She also has back-to-back strikes. Valerie Stafford on 26 now for Edwardsville. And she'll leave herself a sleeper, the 3 and the 9 stand. My wife and I have been going to some local watering holes and playing Golden Tee. We've been doing that for a few years now. And my wife finally got a hole-in-one the other night. And I do not have one of those either. Here's Kellen Stevens. Stevens leaves up 1. Kind of been a theme here for Collinsville. That's the 2nd time she's knocked down 9 on the first go-round, and a nice job picking up the sleeper there for Valerie Stafford. That'll bring up Alex Hill. Stevens has 1 more, trying to pick up that 2 ball. Meanwhile, Alex Hill lets hers go over here on 26. That one looks pretty good. Leaves up 1. I believe the 6 pin remains. Stevens trying to take care of her 6 pin over on 25. And she will. So Collinsville's 5th frame is over. Boys are on their 2nd bowler each in frame number 6. Collinsville still with a very comfortable lead over there. Alex Hill trying to take care of her 6 pin. Looks good right now, and she will take care of it. So now it's just up to Sydney Walker for Edwardsville to close out the 5th frame for the girls. And here is Walker's try. Heading over to the right side, then started back to the left there at the end, and we'll leave up the 1, 2, and the 5. And besides the high schoolers in here, there's only one other guy in this whole place down all the way over on lane 10 bowling. I had a bunch of people down there when I first got here. Here is Walker's try for her spare. She's going to miss it to the left, and that's going to do it for frame number 5. And after 5 frames in the books, Collinsville up 348 to 227. And Madison Wendleton will get frame number 6 started over on lane 25. And boys got a little bit of a stoppage in play as there's something going on with lane 27. And how about a strike there for Madison Wendleton? Wendleton, that's her first strike. Here is Casey Buckman. Couldn't quite find the head pin there, but not a bad outcome considering. She only left up the 1 and the 2. For Edwardsville, that strike by Wendleton is their 3rd as a team. So here is Vivian Panico. Panico down 25, has that spin on her ball, comes right back to the head pin, and everything but the 6 falls. So Casey Buckman was working on a turkey before she missed on this particular go-round, trying to pick up a spare now. And she will. Panico just has the 6 pin left to deal with. And it'll spin just a little too far to the right. Here is Elena Lang for Collinsville, down 26. And right on the head pin. And we'll leave up the 6 and the 10. Here is Valerie Stafford on 25 for Edwardsville, off a little bit to the right. And now Williams steps up on 26, trying to take care of this 6 and the 10 for a spare. And she, just got the 6 pin. Hit it so far off to the left that it went straight right and did not touch that 10 pin at all. Meanwhile, Valerie Stafford put her second ball in the same place that she put the first ball. The only problem was there wasn't any pins left over there. Well, that was Emma Lynn Williams. I'm sorry. Now it's Elena Lang's turn. So here is Elena Lang, the sophomore, and she will leave up 1. Meanwhile, Alex Hill over on 25 for Edwardsville, looking for back-to-back strikes, but she will fall a little short. Excuse me, back-to-back spares. Well, she still has a chance for that one, but she's got a sleeper to deal with as the 3 and the 9 stayed up. Lang trying to pick up her 1 pin that she left. And she'll miss. Alex Hill trying to pick up her sleeper on 25. Off to the left. Also misses. Layla Jaoko on 26 now for Collinsville. And how about a strike? That would be a turkey for Layla. Sydney Walker on 25. That one falls off into the gutter. About 5 feet before it got there. And now Kellen Stevens up on 26 for Collinsville. Boys are just now beginning frame 7. Kahawks lead 5-10 to 3:44. And Kellen can't buy a strike right now. That's back-to-back 9s. That's her 4th 9 in the first 6 frames. Sydney Walker down 25. Trying to keep this one up there this time. She will. She'll knock down 8 of the 10, so. And Kellen Stevens now down 26 will end frame number 6 for the Lady Kahawks. And she just touched that thing on the right side, so that's the way that the 6th frame comes to a close. Lady Kahawks up 461 to 276 as we begin frame number 7. Boys are moving right along here. They got interrupted by a malfunction on lane 27. Here is Casey Buckman. Boy, that thing came dangerously close to going in the gutter. She left herself a sleeper, but all in all, that could have been a lot more dangerous. Here is Wendleton, who had a striker last time up. And will leave up a 2 herself, but hers not of the sleeper variety. Wendleton first down 26. And she'll miss off to the left. Casey Buckman down 25. Swing it over there. There you go. Back-to-back spares by Buckman after back-to-back strikes in the 4th and the 5th. Here is Vivian Panico on 26. She has that slow-moving curveball. Starts over on the left-hand side and then moves over to the right. Emmeline Williams on 25 for Collinsville. Down the middle and leaves one. It's because she has that little, ooh boy, that thing came dangerously close to going over the edge. She's a righty, and she'll spin that thing over to the left, and then the spin will take it back over to the right. That one almost fell off. Williams on 25 for the Lady Kahawks, trying to pick up her 1-pin spare, and she will. Meanwhile, nicely thrown ball there by Valerie Stafford. Left up the 7-pin. Six frames in a row, minus the last frame when Williams had the 8. Everything's been a 9. Here is Elena Lang on 25 for Collinsville, and she'll leave up the 7. Here is Stafford going for her 7-pin, and she will fall off into the gutter just a couple of feet before it got there. Lang also has the 7 left. And her attempt coming up right now. She misses it. Here is Alex Hill for Edwardsville down 26. Moving that ball over to the right just a little bit, but missed the head pin. Took care of 6 of the 10. Leaves up the 4, 1, 3, 6, and the 9. Yes. Layla Jaoko on 25. And another strike. That's 4 in a row for Layla. Hill missed the head pin again, took care of the other 3. And that takes us to the anchor bowler on both sides now. Sydney Walker will go first, down 26. That one is on the way. Trying to make that move to the left, but stays more straight than anything. Now Kellen Stevens over on 25 as the boys just finished up frame 7, and the 10-pin left for Stevens. After 7 frames for the boys, Collinsville with an even 600 and Edwardsville with an even 400. So the boys with a 200-pin lead over their counterparts. Here is Sydney Walker down 26 for the Lady Tigers. That one's going to go into the gutter. And that's the way the 7th frame comes to an end for Edwardsville. Here is Stevens, who would like to end the 7th frame in a little bit of a different fashion, and she will with a spare. We head to the 8th frame, and your Lady Kahawks now lead 547 to 320. Let's go, Casey. Before Casey, it'll be Madison Wendleton. Wendleton down 25. And that one is right down the middle and just leaves a small split. Meanwhile, Casey Buckman trying to find that groove. She'll let it go on 26 and leave the 10-pin. Should have fared better than that. That 10-pin wobbled. It should have went down. Right? Right? 7 and the 8-pin remain for Madison Wendleton. And she will take care of the 8 pin, leave the 7. Meanwhile, Casey Buckman down 26, trying to pick that 10 pin off. And she will. Back-to-back-to-back spares by Buckman. Here is Vivian Panico on 25 for Edwardsville, and she'll hit the head pin. Has that slow-moving from left to right curve. Emmeline Williams. We're down 26. There you go. Second strike for Emmeline. She got one in the first, now one here in the 8th. Panico picks up her spare over on 25. Elena Lang ready on 26 now for Collinsville. That one moves a little bit too far to the left. She leaves a sleeper. And Valerie Stafford will take care of a strike for Edwardsville. Casey Buckman's going to put on her glasses. Is it an eyesight thing? I don't know. Here is Lang on 26 trying to pick up her 3-9 sleeper. And comes in from the, I couldn't get it. So I say comes in from the right, but never did come in from the right. Here is Alex Hill on 25 now for Edwardsville. How about a strike for the sophomore? And that would be her first strike of this first game. And here is Layla Jaoko, who is looking for 5 strikes in a row. Down 26, and that one's going to be off to the left. Normally she starts off a little bit more on the right-hand side, and it moves over to the left, but that one started off down the middle and still moved left. Sydney Walker down 25 now for Edwardsville. She'll take care of a few. Layla over here on 26 has the 1, the 3, and the 8. Looking good. Oh, yeah. Nicely done. Walker on 25, trying to clean up half of the ones that she left. And that one's on the way and heading to the 7 pin, but kind of nicked off a little pin tonight. Now Kellen Stevens. And 7 pin remains. And Stevens down 26 to end frame number 8. She's going to miss it off to the left. It ends up going to the gutter about a foot before it got there. But after 8 frames in the books, Collinsville still comfortably in front, 639 to 367. Casey Buckman gets herself ready on 25, now wearing the spectacles. You know if she gets a strike here, she's going to say it was because I wasn't wearing my glasses. That one moves in and leaves up 1. Madison Wendleton on 26 for Edwardsville. Moves that ball over to the right. Knocked down 4 of the 10, so we'll have to deal with 6. Buckman knocked down 9 of the 10, so has to deal with just the 1, which is the 4 pin. Comes in from the right and takes care of that 4 pin. Wendleton on 26. Just got to approach it like a strike, and she'll just miss the head pin, though, and leave up the 1 and the 3. boys are midway through frame number 9. The ladies have began their second bowlers here on frame number 9, and that is Emmeline Williams, who will take care of 7 of them. Here is Vivian Panico. Right down the middle, but one left. Williams on 25, trying to take care of her spare. That try is on the way, and it needs to curve a little bit more. She only got the back pin, that was it. Panico on 26. Tries to spin it over there, but it's going to remain on the left-hand side. Elena Lang on 25 for Collinsville, getting herself ready. Never did move over there from right to left. So she took care of 3 or 4, can't really tell right now, over on the right-hand side, but everything else stays up. Valerie Stafford coming off of a strike in frame number 8. She's ready to go here on 26 in frame number 9. And that one looks pretty good as well, but she'll leave one up. And now Lang over on 25 for Collinsville. A little bit better. She's probably thinking to herself, why couldn't I have done that the first time? Nice spare. And Stafford down 26 now for Edwardsville. Will take care of her spare. Here is Layla Jaoko. Had her 4 in a row in the strike department, interrupted by a spare, and now she's got an even tougher job here with the old double split. 4-7 on the left, 6-10 on the right. Hill knocked down 7, so she's got to deal with 3 over on lane 26, but meanwhile, Jaoko on 25 has a little bit of a mess to deal with. Double split, and here's that try. Trying for the 6 and the 10, and we'll take care of that. Hoping that 6 was going to kick on over, but it never did. Meanwhile, Hill on 26 takes care of her spare. And that'll bring us to the anchor bowlers here in the 9th frame. Boys have just now started the 10th. Collinsville up over there, 822 to 540. Kellen Stevens on 25 will get this anchor bowler 9th frame underway. And she will do it with a strike. Sydney Walker over on 26 for Edwardsville would love to do the same thing. That one's going to travel off to the left a little bit, so she will not. So the 1 and the 3 for Sydney Walker, and the only thing left between us and the girls' team is going to the 10th frame. Here is Walker. Little bit too much over to the right-hand side and leaves the head pin as we head to the 10th frame. Lady Cahoks have a comfortable lead, 7:08 to 4:42. So Collinsville will finish up game number 1 over here on lane 26. And first up, Madison Wendleton over on 25. Wendleton has that ball going off to the right. She'll pick off the 10 pin. That's it. Now Casey Buckman over on 26. Had strikes in the 1st, 4th, and the 5th. Here is Buckman, and that one looks pretty good, but leaves the 10 pin up. Wendleton trying to pick up a 9-pin spare. Over on 25, that one looks pretty good. And she will indeed pick up a 9-pin spare, so that'll give her one more throw. Buckman, all she needs to do is knock down the 10th to have an extra throw. And here is that try. And stay up there, did not. So Buckman misses out on the extra throw and will end up with a 180. Here is Wendleton with one extra throw coming to her, and down 25 it goes, and almost got the strike out of the deal, just left the 5-pin up. Wendleton will end up with a 95. Here is Emmeline Williams, who will leave a little work for herself there. 7-pin sitting down there on the left-hand side, along with the 3 and the 6 on the right. Vivian Panico down 25 now for Edwardsville. And she'll leave up just one. Meanwhile, Williams will try to pick up hers first. And this one looks like it's going to go right down the middle. It is. So Williams will end up with a 127. Here is Panico, and her try will earn her an extra ball. And Elena Lang gets her try here in the 10th frame. And that one needs to curve a little bit more. It did not, miss the head pin. Here is Panico with her final throw here in this first game. And she'll end it with 9. And Panico will end up with a 113. So Williams will win that head-to-head matchup as well. Collinsville already with 2 head-to-head points here. Here is Elena Lang, trying to pick up an extra ball. So far, the first 2 bowlers, Buckman and Williams, have not been able to pick up the extra ball. Lang will. Valerie Stafford throws her first down 25 for Edwardsville. Just a little bit off of that head pin. Lang down 26 with her extra throw. And it is on the way. Smooth ball, man. You didn't even hear that one hit the ground. Almost picked up a strike, left the 5-pin. Meanwhile, Stafford couldn't quite find that one remaining pin there, and so Lang will end up with a win as well. 146 for Elena, and Stafford ended up with a 114. Here is Alex Hill for Edwardsville on 25. Traveling over to the right, needs to stay up, and just barely did get that 10-pin. Layla Jaoko on 26. Her first throw here in the 10th. Ooh, leaves up one as well. Hill on 25 for Edwardsville. And she'll pick up a spare and have one more throw. Sigh of relief as she walked back after that one. Jaoko on 26. Trying to pick up her spare, and she's not going to either. Layla already in a comfortable spot playing against Hill. Ends up with a 174. And Hill with her final throw down 25. Trying to lessen that gap just a little bit, which she will. But will end up with a 119. Anchor bowlers, Kellen Stevens first to go down 26 for the Kahawks. Still hasn't quite found that groove to get that ball going right to left. It hit that head pin. And then Sydney Walker ready to go over on 25 for Edwardsville. Stevens is going to go with her second one first. Then Walker. Boys are down to their final bowler. Edwardsville's already finished. They ended up with a 619. And another one that couldn't pick up a spare. Spares were hard to come by in this 10th frame, man. Here is Sydney Walker. 158 for Stevens, and Walker will leave up 4. Walker waiting for her ball to return. Finally got it back, and she's ready to go. Looks like both the boys and the girls are going to be done at the same time. 25 is where we're looking, and just the one pin, so that'll do it for the girls in the first game. Walker will end up with an 80. Collinsville won all 5 head-to-head matches, and the pin total, 785 to 521 for Collinsville. So the Kahawks will get all 10 points in this first matchup. Boys, one final throw over there, and Collinsville will win that one as well. 971 to 619. So I don't know about the head-to-head matches. We'll find all that out here in a minute. But the boys and the girls have both won their opening matches here versus Edwardsville. We are going to take a timeout. And when, I stepped on my cord on the way down from my little footstool here. And when we come back, we will already be underway here in number 3. Back in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org.
Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our Kahawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a Kahawk, always a Kahawk. Hashtag Kahawk Family.
Your home is where you feel happy, safe, and secure. So if you see signs of foundation problems like cracks or uneven floors, worrying is natural, and getting it fixed is crucial. Woods Basement Systems understands. We've been solving foundation worries since 1986. Woods experts have the training and equipment to make permanent repairs. So stop worrying, because with Woods, it's fixed forever. Foundation problems don't get better with time, they get better with Woods, the all things basement-y experts. Call or go to woodsbasementsystems.com today.
Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking. Conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100. The Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville presents the Sports Page Lounge. Come check out Collinsville's newest destination for your sports viewing pleasure. The Sports Page Lounge features a 14-foot 9-screen video wall with games across the spectrum, from college football and basketball to the NFL, NHL, Major League Baseball, and NBA. Pair that with tastefully crafted libations from the Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, and you have the perfect atmosphere for your sports viewing pleasure. The Sports Page Lounge, next to the Old Herald Brewery and Distillery at 115 Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 618-855-8027 for more information. The Sports Page Lounge, a new experience for sports lovers in Collinsville. Back here at Camelot Bowl, my name is Todd Duke, and we are already underway in frame number 1, game number 2, both the boys and the girls already underway here in frame number 1. We can tell you everything about the first game. JV girls won. That was the one-on-one battle with the two girls that are on the JV team, and Collinsville's girls won that head-to-head matchup, 103-53, and Caitlin Stafford, who was over there playing on that one JV game, is going to now move over here and take Sydney Walker's place here in this second matchup. And the boys won, as I told you, won 971-619. And the boys end up winning 10-0 after the head-to-head matches. So did the girls, as they won all 5 of their head-to-head matches and won in the total pin, 785-521. JV boys also won 805-358. And for the varsity boys, Brody Hoganson had a 243 for the high score, and then Hayden LeDrew ended up with a 199. So now, time for me to step aside for just a minute and let you all enjoy the sights and sounds here at Camelot Bowl. All right. We are back at Camelot Bowl. Well, you've been back at Camelot Bowl, just I wasn't. Well, I was here, but you know. All right. Girls are one bowler away after Layla goes up there on 25 from the anchor bowlers, and the boys are already on their anchor bowler. At least Collinsville on the Collinsville side is. Edwardsville's gotten their 4th bowler. Here is Layla Joko, who had a 174 her first time up, and the split bug just won't leave her alone tonight. She had to deal with a few splits in that first game. And she will go for that try right now over on 25. And here she goes. And she'll take care of the 6 and the 10, but couldn't quite pick up that 7. Meanwhile, Caitlin Strafford, who came into this game with a gutter ball on her first throw, tries to pick up that 10-pin spare, but only got 6. And Kellen Stevens now will end things over here on 25. Sydney Walker has moved over and has taken part in the second match over there for the JV girls. Again, it's just one girl for each team, so no team activity going on over there, as Stevens almost picked up a strike, but that 4-pin, I think, is that the 4 or the 2? Just would not go down. It wobbled a little bit. That is the 2. Boys have already finished up their first 2 frames, and right now Collinsville with a lead of 132-99 here early on in this middle match. Stevens on 25, trying to take care of that 2-pin. And she will. Collinsville had 1 strike in the first frame, and that belonged to Stevens. No strikes here in the second frame. 3 spares, though. And now we're ready to switch sides once again and begin frame number 3. And here is Casey Buckman on 26 for the Lady Kahawks. That one looks good. Ooh, man, Splitsville all over the place here for Collinsville. Madison Wendleton on 25 for Edwardsville. And she will pick up a slow rolling strike. Edwardsville only had 1 strike in the first 2 frames as well, and that was Valerie Stafford in the last frame. And now Buckman has the opposite of what Layla had. Layla had the 6, 10, and 7. This is the 4, 7, and then the 10, and the 4 and the 7 taken care of. Meanwhile, Vivian Panico on 25. Oh, and another strike. How about back-to-back strikes for Edwardsville to start this 3rd frame off with? Emmeline Williams on 26 for Collinsville. Off to the left. Valerie Stafford. Caitlin Stafford's older sister, I'm going to presume. Down 25. Just a little bit off to the right-hand side of that head pin. Williams for Collinsville on 26. Trying to pick up this spare. Looks like it's pretty good. Oh, 10-pin left. Coach Hayes said that's all right. That was a good shot. I agree. I don't think he could have done anything more. That 10-pin just wasn't going to budge. Valerie Stafford on 25 now for Edwardsville will just hit the head pin. A little bit too far to the right, so would not take down the 2 and the 4 with it. Here is Elena Lang on 26 for Collinsville. She'll pick up a strike. Follows up her spare that she got in the second. Alex Hill down 25 now for Edwardsville. Off and in the gutter. Right before it got there. Layla Jaoko on 26. Having some problems with the thumb hole, it looks like. So Alex Hill will go up and try to pick up her 10-pin spare. And that looks pretty good. Well, all but 2. So Coach Hay going to help Layla out here with a little thumb hole issue, I believe. Meanwhile, Caitlin Stafford ready to go on 25 for Edwardsville. Caitlin slides into the anchor spot. And that one's heading to the gutter. Got to do a little filing. Stafford on 25 picks up her 10-pin spare. And Edwardsville's all finished with the third frame. We're still waiting on Layla to get the thumb hole figured out over here. Looks like the head-to-head battle over on the JV side is over. Not sure who's on which side here, but it was a close one, 86-77. Well, Coach had two sophomores on the JV side when he listed who his players were today in a text message I got this morning. Mia Harris and Japan White, both sophomores, so I'm not really sure who's over there. Anyway, Layla's all finished. Got the problems with the thumb hole taken care of, and she lets it go on 26, and apparently that worked because there's a strike. So that'll leave things up to Kellen Stevens to finish up frame number 3 here for the ladies. Boys already midway through frame number 4 after that little bit of a delay there. JV boys have 5 on each side, so they're having a regular old match over there. Collinsville won the first one. Here is Stevens, and she is trying to figure out that pocket in this lane. Her ball always moves from right to left, but she's just to the right of that head pin. She's talking to Coach Hay now, and Coach gives her a pointer or two. And now Stevens ready to go to end frame number 3 here for the ladies. There you go. Oh, left the 1 pin though. Had the 1, 2, and the 4, left the 4. So after 3 frames in the books here in game number 2, Collinsville up 179 to 156, a little closer than we were in that first game. Casey Buckman will get frame number 4 going here for Collinsville. Down 25 it goes. Another one that's having a little bit of an approach problem. Madison Wendleton on 26 now for Edwardsville. She'll leave up 2. Has that slow moving ball. Garfunkel. What? Here's Casey Buckman on 25. I covered the boys last week and don't remember hearing anything about a Garfunkel. Buckman picks up her spare. Wendleton trying to do the same, but she's going to miss off to the left sheet note as soon as she let it go. She walked straight back, never did look back. Emmeline Williams on 25 for Collinsville. She's got the purple and white ball. Oh, leaves up a split there. Vivian Panico and her little spinny left to right movement. Got that head pin, but just couldn't get all of them down. 5 and the 7 is what is left up for Williams on 25. Doable, a lot better than trying to do a 7-10, that's for sure. For sure, for sure. Man, get over there, get over there, get over there. Oh, just missed. Looks like she lost her balance a little bit right when she let the ball go. Here is Panico trying to get her spare and just slid across and couldn't get both. Elena Lang on 25 for Collinsville. It's on the way. And she'll leave up the same thing. Valerie Stafford on 26. She's got some miles per hour on her ball, and one pin falls down there at the very end, but the computer's only going to give her credit for 8. Coach Hay is already standing right in front of the computer. He's going to fix that. Lang trying to pick up the 5-7 as well, and she will miss to the right as well. Both good approaches there by Williams and Lang trying to pick up that little split, but both of them just missed out. Here is Stafford going for her spare, and she will. Meanwhile, Layla Joko on 25 ready to go here in frame number 4. She'll pick up a strike. That's back-to-back for Layla. Here is Alex Hill for Edwardsville. Right down the middle, then it moves over to the right just at the last moment. Missed that head pin barely. Kellen Stevens had a strike in the first frame. Trying to erase the bad memory of the open frame in her last throw. Brings it, and this one's on track, and there you go. That's what she can do when that ball's on track. Hill has the 1-2-4, and she's going to miss just to the left of that 4-pin. So back-to-back strikes for Collinsville to end the 4th by Jaoko and Stevens. And now Caitlin Stafford will end frame number 4 here for the girls. That ball hardly even had any movement on it at all. A little backwards spin at the end there. She'll have a sleeper to deal with. 3 in the 9 is what's left down there for Caitlin Stafford. Caitlin is a freshman. Oh, got that head pin, but wasn't straight on, so it left the 9-pin standing. After 4 in the books here in game number 2, Collinsville up front, 243 to 225, still close. Boys are up 392 to 372, so a 120-pin lead for the boys. And they are midway through frame number 5 as we begin frame number 5 over here on the girls' side. Here is Casey Buckman down 26. And the 10-pin stays up. She has her glasses off again. Here is Madison Wendleton on 25 for Edwardsville. She'll leave up 2. That would be the 5 and the 8. Buckman will go first down 26. Aiming for that 10-pin, and it's going to just barely clip it. She had that spin going on, and it wanted to move left, but just stayed right long enough to get those down. Meanwhile, Wendleton picks up a spare. So each lead bowler for Collinsville and Edwardsville, both picking up spares. Here is Emmeline Williams on 26 for the Kahawks. Brings it in there from the right, and there you go. How about a strike? Her first strike here in this second game. Here is Vivian Panico. Panico has that ball that moves from left to right, and it moved all the way to the right there at the end. Elena Lang. Down 26 for Elena. That was very straight. Leaves up 1. Panico trying to keep that ball a little straighter, and she did, and it did the same kind of thing, but took a couple of pins down with us. She'll leave up 3. I don't think it registered anything. Oh, yeah, it did. Never mind. 3 and then the 4. was looking at the wrong bowler. Here is Lang trying to pick up her spare, and she will as well, off to the very left-hand side of the pin, just like Buckman did with that 10 pin. Valerie Stafford down 25. Takes care of 4. And Layla. Joko looking for a turkey. Had one in the first game. Had 4 in a row at one point. And, wow, that pin just slid right over there in front of the 10 pin. And that, yeah, pin catcher's not going to come down and get it. So they're going to have to manually remove that pin that slid all the way over in front of the 10. Meanwhile, Alex Hill down 25. Nothing stopping her from going, so she will. That's the problem when one of them, you see that every once in a while, one of those pins will just slide right on over and stay standing up. If it would have went into the gutter, it would have been good, but it stayed there right in front of the 10 pin. Here is Hill trying for her spare over on 25, and she'll roll it off into the gutter. And that'll allow Caitlin Stafford to go back to work over on 25 while we await a little human help over here on 26. There's the legs of the human. Oh, you got to take care of the pin, man. He kicked the one that was already in the gutter out of the way, and then he left the pin there. Layla's going to go for it anyway. It's just in the way. That's all there is to it. So Layla's like, you know what? I got this. She couldn't do it again because the pin setter was stuck there. She'll take care of that spare. There you go. So now we're just waiting for Kellen Stevens to finish up frame number 5 here for the ladies' side of things. They're midway through the 6th on the boys' side. 5:04 to 3:51, Collinsville in the lead. And Kellen Stevens ready to go on 26. And it is on the way, looking pretty good. And how about a strike? That is back-to-back strikes for Kellen. And we head to frame number 6. Collinsville a little bit more separation now, 330 to 269. Lady Kahawks lead. I don't know if there's going to be a third game over there on the JV one-on-one battle. Anyway, here's Casey Buckman down 25 for Collinsville. She'll roll that one in there and pick up a strike. That's her first strike here in this second game. Madison Wendleton down 26, right on that head pin, and we'll leave up 2. Small split. Emmeline Williams on 25 for Collinsville, looking to keep the strike machine alive, and she'll leave up 2. Here is Wendleton's try on 26. Looks pretty good. There you go. Williams has a little bit easier of a try here over on 25 with just the 6 and the 10 up. And that one's going to go into the gutter, so much for that. I should have just let things play out, right? Here is Vivian Panico, and that ball stayed to the left a little bit too much longer than what she's used to. Elena Lang on 25 for Collinsville. They shut 23 and 24 off, so I'm guessing the head-to-head battle over there is finished. Here is Lang, and she'll just miss the head pin to the right. Panico for Edwardsville. Stays over there on the left and doesn't get that movement again. So a little less movement for Panico than we usually see on that ball. Lang on 25 trying to pick up her spare. She's got the 1, 2, 4, and then the 8 tucked back there in the back. She'll take care of all of them. Valerie Stafford on 26 misses over to the right as well. Kahok over on 25, ready to go. Missed out on a turkey after striking the 3rd and the 4th, but a spare in the 5th. Try to jump back on the strike train here. And she will. Nice ball. Stafford on 26 had a mess to deal with and leaves up 2. She kind of gives it a shrug. Alex Hill will jump on 26. Going to the left, and it'll stay over to the left. At least it didn't fall off. Meanwhile, Kellen Stevens on 25, the anchor bowler here for the Lady Kahawks, ready to go. Good looking ball there. Oh, left up the 10. Alex Hill down 26 for Edwardsville. That one looks pretty good. And she will take care of all of them. Stevens, one final throw here to end the 6th frame for Collinsville. And she will. Here is Caitlin Stafford, who will leave herself a split. More Lady Kahawk sports coming up for you tomorrow. We'll be on the road. Lady Kahawks basketball taking on Belleville West. I will be all by myself tomorrow. There is a boys game, and the Kahawk Broadcast Club Student Network will carry that one. Zach Roseman will have the call. Josh's younger brother is in the band, so he'll be doing the band thing over at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. And then, of course, Chris Keller runs the score table, so all my usual suspects are busy. I'm going to have to employ a JV Lady Kahawk to run my camera for me tomorrow night. I contacted Coach Moore last night to let him know that was going on, so shouldn't be much of a problem. Wendleton leaves up 2. Here is Casey Buckman down 26 for Collinsville, and she'll leave up 3. Wendleton on 25. See if she can get her spare on the 7th frame here, and did not. Fell off into the gutter. Casey Buckman will give it the old college try over here on 26. Has the 1 and the 2 up front, and then the 10 stuck back there in that right corner. Buckman. Oh yeah, nicely done. Nicely done. Hit that head pin just where you needed it to kick over to get that 10 pin. Meanwhile, Vivian Panico leaves up 2, and that's on the left-hand side. That is not the way that her ball moves. Emmeline Williams on 26 for the Lady Kahawks. And gets a strike. Last 3 took a minute to fall, but they did. Here is Panico's try down 25. That ball spins, and it's going to move to the right and miss its intended target. That's got to be tough for her when she leaves up the 4 and the 7. Elena Lang on 26 for Collinsville. A little left-hand side of that head pin. Valerie Stafford on 25 leaves up 1, so both of the middle bowlers here for each team leaving up 1 after knocking down 9. got myself a new step stool, so I'd stop borrowing the one from Hollywood Heights School. Mine has collapsible legs, so it doesn't take up as much room in the trunk. One spare gotten, that one by Lang, and one spare missed by Stafford. And now the number 4 bowlers are due up. Alex Hill for Edwardsville will begin. Down 25 it goes. Knocking a few out of there. The 7-pin wobbling back there. Well, the pin catcher got it though. Here is Jaoko on 26, and how about another strike? So 4 strikes out of her last 5 frames with a spare in the middle of that in the 5th. But it was a, I think it was a split. No, they got changed, that's right. That was the one that kind of moved. So they changed it from a 9 to an 8, but she picked up the spare anyway. I guess technically they couldn't move the pin, or never did go down, so couldn't take it out of the equation. And I don't even really remember where it came from. It slid over from the left-hand side to the right-hand side. Meanwhile, Kellen Stevens picks up a strike. Collinsville with 3 strikes and 2 spares in that 7th frame. And now Caitlin Stafford trying to end the 7th with a spare for Edwardsville. On the way, and down 25 and a miss. So 7th frame in the books. Collinsville still up and stretching that lead a little farther now. 520 to 375. Boys, they are in the middle of their 8th frame. And Collinsville with a lead of 686 to 495 as that one continues. Casey Buckman will lead things off here in the 8th for Collinsville. Over on 25, and it's on the way. Leaves up 1. I believe that's the 4-pin. Down 26 is Wendleton. And she'll just hit a couple over on the far side. And indeed, it's the 4-pin that stands for Buckman. And for Wendleton, she has the 1, 2, 3, 5, and the 7 to deal with. Wendleton lets it go. No movement hardly at all with that ball except for the fact that it's rolling, and the 5 will stay up. Here is Casey Buckman trying to knock down that 4, and she can't get it to turn. Vivian Panico on 26 for Edwardsville. A little bit more to her liking, and she'll leave up 2. Emmeline Williams on 25 for Collinsville will leave up just the 5-pin as it wobbles. Panico down 26. Move over, she says. Move over. It did. It got the 1-pin, but the 10-pin's still there. Here is Williams trying to pick up her 5-pin, and it needs to move, and it won't. Middle bowlers now up for each team. Here is Valerie Stafford for Edwardsville down 26. Just missed the head pin off to the right. Elena Lang over on 25 for Collinsville. And a strike for Lang. So after tomorrow night's basketball game, Lady Kahok basketball at Belleville West, we'll be right back here on Wednesday to cover the boys as they take on Alton. Stafford picks up her spare. Then we have some hockey for you on Thursday, a very late game, man. 9:30 start at the RP Lumber Center against O'Fallon. As Alex Hill floats one down the middle, she'll have the 2 and the 8 sleeper left for her. Here is Joko trying for a turkey, and she'll pick it up. So that is now 5 strikes out of the last 6 frames for Layla. We will end our week on Friday with a home boys basketball game as Collinsville will host East St. Louis. Very busy week. No game, no days off this week. Only have Wednesday off next week. Then we'll have a little bit of a break as the Christmas break begins the following week, before we, of course, will spend 3 long days over at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium for the Prairie Farms Holiday Classic. Here is Caitlin Stafford on 26 after Kellen Stevens gets back-to-back strikes. So Collinsville, 3 strikes in the 7th as a team, 3 strikes in the 8th. In the 7th, they had 3 strikes and 2 spares. Within the 8th, they had 3 strikes and 2 open frames. Both of them after 9 pins fell on the first ball by both Buckman and Williams. Caitlin Stafford down 26 to end frame number 8. She'll do so by taking care of 3 of the 5 that she has left up there. And after 8 frames in the book, Collinsville leads still, 626 to 419. They are on their second bowlers in the 9th frame for the boys. Collinsville very comfortably in charge of that one, 742 to 530. JV boys are into their 10th frame. And I believe that the Kahok boys are leading that one as well. A little bit farther away for me to see. Here is Casey Buckman to begin the 9th frame for Collinsville. Down 26 and a strike. Second strike in this second game for Casey. Madison Wendleton on 25 will pick off the 10 pin and leave up 9. See if I can squint. 724 to 4 something over there for Collinsville, so the JV boys also winning. Wendleton on 25 for Edwardsville, trying to pick up a 9-pin spare. She'll get a few more to go down, but that's it. Here is Emmeline Williams, down 26, looking for a strike, and instead got a split. Vivian Panico on 25 for Edwardsville. Had that ball move all the way over to the right-hand side. Williams trying to go for this split here. Will take care of the pin on the left, leave the one up on the right. And Panico trying to take care of 7 pins that she left behind for herself, and left everything but 2. There is Elena Lang for Collinsville on 26. Brings it in from right to left, but missed the head pin. And down 25 for Valerie Stafford. She'll leave herself a sleeper as the 2 and the 8 remain. Elena Lang has to deal with the 1, 2, and the 4 pin over here on 26. That one's going to be perfect. Valerie Stafford, the junior, trying to pick up her sleeper spare and can't do it. Layla Joko on lane 26, looking for 4 in a row. And she will get 4 in a row. 6 out of her last 7 frames. A strike for Joko. Here is Alex Hill on 25, leaves up the 5 pin. Now Kellen Stevens will step up to 26, looking for a turkey herself. Stevens is ready to go. Sling in there. Oh, left the 10-pin up. Alex Hill will take care of her 5-pin spare. And Stevens will try to take care of her 10-pin spare. 10-pin, the only thing left, or she would have had a turkey as well. And how about a strike there for Caitlin Stafford? So Edwardsville finished here in the 9th, and now Collinsville is 2 after a spare by Stevens. And after 9 frames, Kahawks comfortably out front now, 724 to 470. Boys are 2 bowlers into their 10th frame. Also a comfortable lead for the boys side of things, 807 to 571. Casey Buckman over on 25 will get the 10th frame started for the girls. JV boys are already finished with their second game. Here is Buckman with a strike to start off the 10th. Back-to-back strikes for Casey. Madison Wendleton already with a 102 before she begins this 10th frame. That is better than her 95 she got in the first game, and she'll have some work to do if she wants to throw the extra ball. Casey Buckman already has 2 extra ones coming her way as she readies herself for the first. And here it is. Ooh, leaves up the 4-pin. Madison Wendleton on 26 for Edwardsville. Trying to pick up a spare to give herself 1 extra throw, and that looks pretty good, but the 7-pin stays up. She got robbed. 111 for Wendleton. Buckman trying to pick up that spare with number 4 and just missed, so Casey will end up with a 170. That is 10 pins off of her 180 of the first game, but good enough for a head-to-head win. Here is Panico, who left a 7-pin up, right ahead of her counterpart, Emmeline Williams, down 25 for the Lady Kahawks. Leaves up 3 of them, including a sleeper. That's the 1 and the 5. And then I believe the 9 still up. Here is Panico trying to pick up her 7-pin. It's not on the side that she has that ball curving, but she got it. Nicely done. Hard to do when your ball routinely spins like that and goes to the right almost all the time. Here is Williams going for her spare. She got the 5-pin and the 6-pin or the 9-pin over on the other side, but left the 1-pin standing there. So Williams will end up with a 104 off of her 127 in the first match, and Panico will end up with a 109. So there is a head-to-head win for Edwardsville. Meanwhile, Elena Lang goes on 25. She'll take care of 7, but leave up the 6, the 9, and the 10. An extra ball sure would have helped Williams if she could have got that 1-pin to fall too. Valerie Stafford down 26 for Edwardsville will knock them all down. Elena Lang down 25. She'll take care of a spare and have 1 extra throw. Boys are almost finished. Edwardsville's down to their anchor bowler. Here is second one for Stafford. She'll leave a split to try to pick up to end her second game. Meanwhile, Lang with her extra ball will take care of a strike. So Elena Lang ends up with a 166, 20 pins better than her first go around at 146. Stafford still has the 7 and the 9 to contend with on her final throw. She'll throw it in the gutter. End up with a 129. So Lang will win her head-to-head battle. Here is Layla Jaoko on 25 for Collinsville. Looking for 6th in a row as far as the strikes are concerned, and She will not get that mark, but she has a chance to pick up a spare and get herself an extra ball. Here is Alex Hill. She'll leave up 3 as well, but she's got a sleeper to deal with as the 3 and the 9 remain standing, as well as that head pin. Jaoko has the 3-6-10 to deal with. And she'll take care of that. Have herself an extra throw. Alex Hill trying to do the same, but she's going to be a little bit off to the left, and that'll end her second game, and she'll end up with a 95. Layla, over 200 right now, looking for more. And it's on the way, and she'll leave up just 1. Meanwhile, Sydney Walker only takes care of the 7 pin. She's not very happy about that. 220 for Layla. As Kellen Stevens awaits her first throw over on 25. Boys win 895, 629. A little bit off of that first one, though. That first one was 971. Here is Stevens on 25, and she will leave up the 4 and the 7. Edwardsville is finished. They end up with a 533, which is better than their 521 in the first game. And Kellen Stevens trying to pick up her spare over on 26 to give herself 1 extra throw. Try to get closer to 200. And that throw is on the way. And didn't move. It did not move, so she'll end up with the 190. Still wins the head-to-head matchup. 190, 89 for Caitlin Stafford. And Collinsville wins 850 to 533. So the Kahawks will pick up 9 of those 10 points in that second game. As we head to the third game on both the boys, they're just now rolling their first one out there. So these guys are pretty close to being right on top of each other as far as games go. We take a break, and we'll be back here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville produces their own spirits and beer on site right at the restaurant. Pair that with some of the most unique menu items around the entire metro area, and you can see why they are such a hit. They can handle you and your family, or they can handle you and your group. Throw in the occasional live entertainment, and you can see why Old Herald Brewery and Distillery is a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville, 618-855-8027, or online at oldheraldbrewing.com.
It's probably the largest purchase you'll ever make. We have 5 agents on our team.
We cover about an hour radius around St. Louis.
We grew up here. We know every town like the back of our hands.
Our job as realtors is helping someone find their dream home, whether it's a family or an individual. We just want to do everything that we can to keep the process as simple and as stress-free as possible for you.
The Blaylock Group, the official realtors of the Kahok Sports Network and Kahok Athletics. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Lottie's Cafe offers food, cocktails, and gaming in a great atmosphere highlighted by fast and friendly service. Lottie's Cafe also offers a unique menu that features soups and salads, sandwiches and paninis, pizza and flatbreads, appetizers and desserts, as well as breakfast. That's right, we said breakfast. Unique breakfast items such as a breakfast stromboli, a breakfast BLT, and breakfast burritos. Lottie's also offers creative cocktails, a wine bar, the coldest beer around, and a video gaming area for those 21 and older. And don't forget the Lottie's Cafe gift certificates. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Check them out online at lottiescafe.com, on Facebook, or in person in the Strip next to the Walmart Neighborhood Market. Or call Lottie's Cafe at 618-223-8256. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Todd Duke here, proud member of the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Whether you call us teachers' aides, paraprofessionals, or educational assistants, it all comes down to one thing: taking care of students. More importantly, your student. Yes, we are there for the teachers, and we help them in any way possible. But our goals are in line with our teachers, in that we want to see our students succeed at not only being a student, but well beyond that as we ready them for the world outside of the classroom. We are Union Strong. We are Kahok Strong. We strive to help students reach their potential. We are the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Go Kahawks! Keep your ride shiny and clean with Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville. Owner Jay Merkel and his crew at Extreme Details believe in the value of community and in helping their community hold the value of their vehicles with a sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details can handle any job, whether you drive a small car, an SUV, or even a bus or RV. No job is too big or too small at Extreme Details. Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal, no matter what you drive: cars, trucks, motorcycles, boats, and more. Plus, Extreme Details can handle fleet vehicles for you and your company. Call Jay and the gang at Extreme Details at 618-977-1224. Check for periodic specials on the Extreme Details Facebook page. Put the shine in your ride with Extreme Details, 618-977-1224. Once again, we welcome you back here to Camelot Bowl. We are underway in game number 3. And Collinsville with a 19-1 lead after the first 2 games are already in the books. We're underway here, and the first frame already over for the ladies and the boys, and both teams with a lead. Well, actually, boys are not leading right now. They're down by 2 pins, but it's very early. Boys are just now starting the second, and one more bowler here for Edwardsville. And the ladies will move into the second as well. Boys JV team just finishing up their first frame also. And the girls JV team, that would be the head-to-head battle over there. They are just now beginning, well, actually, they're in the 4th frame of their 3rd matchup over there. But, again, that's just a one girl against one girl over there on the girls JV side of things. All right, enjoy the sights and sounds of Camelot Bowl. I'll be back in just a moment. All right, back here at Camelot Bowl. Lady Kahawks with back-to-back strikes here for Layla Jaoko and Kellen Stevens. Jaoko has started off with back-to-back strikes here in the first two frames. And over on lane 25, the anchor bowler remains Caitlin Stafford, so no changes this time for Edwardsville. And Stafford lets go her final ball here in frame number 2, and it's a gutter ball, so after 2 frames, Lady Kahawks up 120 to 184. Taking a look over at the boys, they're just beginning frame number 3. Collinsville now up 142 to 134. JV boys, they are about ready to begin their third frame, and the JV boys are up 138 to 78. Over on the other side, looks like a close one there, the JV girls. That's the head-to-head matchup. Edwardsville girl has an 81 to 78 lead over the Collinsville girl. And they're in the 10th frame already, so they're about ready to wrap things up over there. It will go down as a match because they have the equal same amount of girls, one each. Third frame underway over here for the girls. Casey Buckman has the 10 pin to deal with. On frame 3, she had a split in the second frame as well, and only got the 2 of the 3 that were remaining and misses on this one. Meanwhile, Madison Wendleton over here on 26 has a sleeper to deal with as the 3 and the 9 remain. And she will just speed to the left. Got the 3 pin to fall, but after it hit that one on the left-hand side, it moved a little to the left and couldn't hit the 9 pin. Meanwhile, Emmeline Williams has a mess to deal with down there, a split. There is Panico. She'll leave up the 6 and the 10 on 26, but 4 and the 7, and then the 6, 9, and 10 on the right-hand side for Williams is what she has to deal with. I know it's always cold in here. Looks like the young lady for Edwardsville won 90 to 87 over in that 1-versus-1 JV girls game. Here is Panico after Williams missed her opportunity, but that was a lot of pins down there on each side. Panico took care of the 6 with the 10 left. Here is Elena Lang on 25 for Collinsville. And it's on the way, and she'll leave up the left side. Each of the girls have up the left side. Here is Lang's try. She'll leave up 2. And Stafford will take care of a spare. Layla Joko on 25, looking to start off this third game with a turkey, and she will. Turkey start. Alex Hill on 26 for Edwardsville. Just misses the head pin. Takes down 6, leaves up 4. So now Kellen Stevens up on 25. She's looking for back-to-back strikes. And she will go first as Hill had to wait for her male counterpart for Edwardsville to finish up over on 27. Kellen Stevens on 25, lets it go, and how about back-to-back strikes for her? Back-to-back strikes for her and Joko as well. And Hill will take care of 1 of the 4 that she left for herself. Collinsville all finished with the third frame. And now Caitlin Stafford will finish things up for Edwardsville over here on 26. And right down the middle. Leaves up that 7 pin though. Last one here for Stafford, aiming for that 7, but she's going to fall short. And after 3 frames in the books, Lady Kahawks have a lead of 192 to 141. Frame number 4 getting ready to get underway. Boys are already into their second bowler on frame number 4. And Edwardsville has jumped back out front, 257 to 217. Casey Buckman will start off the 4th frame over here on 26 for the Lady Kahawks. Down 26, nice curve on it, but just mows down the middle and took care of a couple of pins over on the right. Here is Madison Wendleton on 25 for Edwardsville. And she'll leave up just a couple. Todd Campbell has vacated the building. He's the one been feeding me my scores for everybody else. So I'll have to take a picture of the boys' paperwork there after I finish up here. Here is a spare by Wendleton on 25. Casey Buckman is going to have a little harder time as she has a double split. Takes care. Oh, one moved. The one lone pin that stands up there, I believe that was the 4 pin. It moved, but it wouldn't fall down. Here is Vivian Panico on 25 for Edwardsville. Off to the right and taking out the 10 pin. That's it. Emmeline Williams coming off of a missed split in frame number 3. Lets it go here in frame number 4. And another little split. This one's not 5 pins, though. It's just 2. And Panico trying to pick up a 9-pin spare on 25. Looks pretty good. She will. Williams on 26 is going to click that pin on the right, but nowhere near the 7 pin. Stafford will pick up the 10 pin as well, so Panico and Stafford just knock off the 10 pin, and Panico picked up her 9-pin spare, and Stafford will try to do the same thing. Meanwhile, Elena Lang steps up on 26. And hers is right down the middle. She'll leave a small split. Valerie Stafford on 25. She'll miss out on that 9-pin spare. Alex Hill on 25 now for Edwardsville. Leaves up 1. Elena Lang trying to take care of this split. Almost got it. A little bit farther to the right, and they would have kicked off of that first pin and hit that 10 pin, but it did not happen. Here is Alex Hill trying to pick up that 1 pin, and she will. Now Layla Joko on 26 for Collinsville. How about 4 in a row to start off this 3rd game? Valerie Stafford down 25, lets it go, and she'll leave up 1. She got robbed on that one. That was a good-looking ball. Kellen Stevens looking for a turkey. And hers is on the way down 26. There's a turkey. So Layla with 4 in a row. Stevens with 5 in a row, or 3 in a row. Stafford will pick up a spare 2. So 4 spares out of the 5 bowlers here for Edwardsville in this 4th. And as the 4th comes to a close, Collinsville out front, 279 to 190. Boys are in the middle of the 5th frame. And very close, Edwardsville with a 307 to 302 lead. And Casey Buckman leaves up the 7-pin. And here is Madison Wendelton. Wendelton just off the head pin, a little bit to the left, will leave up 4. 3-9, Sleeper is one of those 4. And then the 1 pin and then the 10 pin. Buckman just trying to pick up the 7. And here is that try. Looks good. It is good. Wendelton trying to pick up a spare down 26 here, and looks pretty good, but couldn't get the 10 pin. Emmeline Williams on 25 for the Lady Kahawks. Looking for her first strike, and she was going to be waiting as that one goes off the edge right at the end. Vivian Panico on 26 for Edwardsville. Looks good. Oh, left up the 6 pin. That was it. So Williams trying for the old 10-pin spare over on 25. It is always cold in this place, and it wasn't even that cold outside today. Good try for that 10-pin spare. There it is. And meanwhile, Panico is hoping that ball will move over a little bit. It did not. Would have been good if all 10 pins would have been up there, but right down the middle it went. Number 3 bowlers for both teams ready to step up. And it would be Elena Lang for Collinsville on 25. Lang lets it fly. Stafford lets hers fly on 26. 3 still standing for Lang, 4 still standing for Stafford. Lang down 25, picks up her spare. Stafford is not going to be so fortunate. Here is Layla Joko. 5th frame, down 25. And we'll leave a split. So there goes the chance for 5 in a row. Hill over on 26 for Edwardsville. Off the side to the gutter. And Layla is just going to pick up the 10 pin. Hill trying for that old 9-10 pin spare, and she will get about 6 of them. Kellen Stevens looking for 4 in a row herself, but she'll miss the head pin. Here is Stafford on 26. And each will have 1 more throw to get us out of the 5th. Boys are almost in the middle of their 6th. Collinsville back out in front now, 414 to 398. Edwardsville was leading that thing a little early. Here is Stevens down 25. How about a spare? That was nicely done. And over on the other side, Stafford with a spare as well. After 5 frames in the books, Collinsville out front, 356 to 252. JV boys are just beginning their 6th frame. We are ready to begin the 6th over here as well. And to lead us off in frame number 6 here is Casey Buckman on 26 for Collinsville. Ooh, leaves up 1. Had a nice approach. Usually, though, she'll hit that head pin on the right-hand side. That time it was on the left-hand side. Wendleton, down 25 for Edwardsville, will leave up 6. Buckman trying to pick off that 9 pin, and she will. Wendleton. Down 25 it goes. That one doesn't look too bad. And there you go. How about a spare? Emmeline Williams missed on her first try last time and then picked up a 10-pin spare. And this one's going to go off to the left as well, and it'll leave her another opportunity for a spare, but this one's going to be a 6-pin spare instead of a 10-spin. And meanwhile, Panico had a chance at a strike there, but left up the 5 and the 10. Williams on 26, a whole mess of pins left. That one's a little better, and she'll take care of half of them. +1. Panico is not going to be able to hit that 5 pin. It'll go in the gutter instead. And that'll bring up Elena Lang over here for Collinsville on 26. Lang lets it go. Good looking ball there. There you go. Valerie Stafford on 25 for Edwardsville. Just misses the head pin. First strike here in this 3rd game for Elena Lang. And here is Layla Jaoko on 26. Had 4 straight strikes to start off with, but kind of got robbed in that 5th frame with a double split. And back on the strike machine is Layla. And a nice try over there by Valerie Stafford, but 1 pin remains. Kellen Stevens, the anchor bowler for the Lady Kahawks, ready to go on 26. And it's on the way. Makes that approach from right to left. Just didn't get enough of that head pin this time. Here is Hill down 25, nothing but, and she'll pick up a strike. That 7 pin took a minute to fall down, but it did. Well, that'll bring up Caitlin Stafford over on 25, but Kellen Stevens, well, she'll wait. Pins still haven't set over there for Stafford yet. She's all ready to go. So Stevens will let her go, and that will allow one of the varsity boys to go over here for Collinsville. Stafford just missed the head pin. Stevens down 26, trying to pick up her spare. And she will miss that opportunity. Leaves 1 standing. Caitlin Stafford, by the way, on 25, and she'll leave the 7 standing. So after 6 frames in the books, Collinsville still ahead 435 to 303. Look at the boys' side real quick. In the middle of the 7th frame they are. Collinsville up front of 511 to 454. JV boys appear to be in control of their game as well as they begin the 7th. Looks like 480 to 253. I can't have a hard time seeing that final one over there. Casey Buckman down 25 for Collinsville. The old 4-7-10 split. Wendleton on 26 for Edwardsville. Hits the 3-pin first, and a wobbler will leave up the 1, 2, and the 4. Wendleton. Ready to go now. That one's going off to the left, and it'll hit the 4 pin, but that's it. And Casey Buckman has her hands full. She'll take care of the 4 and the 7, but the 10 remains. Emmeline Williams with a strike. Vivian Panico, almost a strike. Left that 7 pin standing. Williams, that's her first strike here in this 3rd game. Elena Lang down 25 for the Lady Kahawks. And how about back-to-back strikes for Collinsville? Panico. That's tough, man. Going for that 7 pin's got to be rough for her to do. That proves it right there. Here is Layla Jalko on 25 for Collinsville. Looking for back-to-back strikes. 5 out of her first 6 have been strikes. That one is going to leave 2 up. Usually hits on the right side. That one was on the left. Meanwhile, here is Valerie Stafford. Leaves herself a small split. Over here on lane 26 with the 4 and the 5 left for her. Never realized there's that much space in between the pins when you're looking at all of them up there at the same time. Here is Jalko, and she'll take care of her spare. And only getting the 5 pin there was Stafford. And now Kellen Stevens ready to go on 25. Down 25 it goes, and she'll leave up a group of 4 all bunched together. Alex Hill down 26 for Edwardsville. Looking pretty good. Ooh, well, she got lucky there. That 7 pin wouldn't have fell and would have been a lot more harder to get, but as it is, the 6 and the 10, not bad. Stevens ready to go on 25, 2, 4, 5, and the 8 pin is what's left for her. And she will only take down 2. That's all that Hill has left, and that one's heading in the right direction, and she'll take care of a spare. So now just Caitlin Stafford left between us and the 8th frame. And here is the freshman's throw. Down the middle, and she'll leave up 2. A little bit of a split. 3 and the 10 left. Stafford hits that 3 pin head on, so not really much of a chance to go over there and get that 10. 7 in a row over here for one of the Kahawks. Man, the only frame that he did not strike in was the 1st. 2nd through the 8th, 7 in a row. All right, we switch lanes. Lady Kahawks. Edwardsville, Collinsville with a lead of 509 to 365. And here is Casey Buckman to get the 8th frame started for us. Buckman down 26. Good approach. Oh, left up the 6 and the 10 again. Here is Madison Wendleton on 25 for Edwardsville. A little off to the right. She'll knock down a few of them. 4 of them bunched together. 1, 2, 3, and the 5, and then the 7 stuck over there on that left side. Buckman trying to pick up the 6 and the 10 here. And here is that try. Yep, got it. Boys are just about finished with frame number 8. Wendleton is going to miss the pins that she had remaining. Here is Emmeline Williams for Collinsville, down 26. Mows them all down the middle, and she has the old 6-10-7 split going on too. Vivian Panico on 25 for Edwardsville. Floats that one in there and takes care of all of them. She can get that spinning, slow-moving left-to-right curve to work in her favor. And hits that head pin just right. She does all right. Here is Emmeline Williams on 26. She'll throw that one right into the gutter. She's a freshman. She'll get better and better as this varsity career of hers moves along. Valerie Stafford on 25, ready to go for Edwardsville. Leaves up the 1 and the 2. Elena Lang on 26. Just clipped that head pin, but not enough to move 3 of those pins. Stafford has to deal with the 1 and the 2. Lang has to deal with the 2, 4, 5. Here is Stafford's try. Misses. Lang down 26 for Collinsville. Just couldn't get that one to slide over there at the right angle. Here is Alex Hill on 25 for Edwardsville. She'll take a strike. Boys varsity just now starting their 9th, and the JV boys are almost finished with the 8th. We are almost finished with the 8th as well. Collinsville still has 2 more bowlers left, and here is the first of the 2, Layla Jayoko, and she can't pick up another strike. Trying to get back on that strike train. Here is Caitlin Stafford, down 25, the anchor bowler now for Edwardsville. She'll leave up just 1 after they teetered and tottered for a minute. The 2 Stafford girls are separated by 2 years. One's a freshman, one's a junior, but boy, they almost look like identical twins. Here is Caitlin Stafford picking up her spare. And now Edwardsville finished here in the 8th frame, and Joko ready to try to pick up her spare and leave Kellen Stevens as the only bowler left here in this 8th frame. And that one's going to go, wow. Hers usually has a little bit of right to left movement. Didn't do that time, so nicely done there by Layla. And Kellen Stevens, the only thing keeping the varsity girls from heading to the 9th frame. Stevens ready to go on 26. It's on the way. And leaves herself the old 2-8 sleeper. Stevens, ready? Oh, 9 strikes in a row there for the young man from Collinsville. Now that sleeper, that'll do that to you, man. Got the 2 and the 8, hit the 2 on an angle, and it does not hit the 8. So we head to the 9th. Collinsville out front, though, 586 to 418. And Casey Buckman will get us going over on lane 25 for Collinsville. And it is on the way. Leaves up a bit of a split there. Madison Wendleton on 26. Woo, almost picked up that strike. 10-pin wouldn't go, though. So Buckman will go try hers first. She's got the 4 and the 7 and the 10 left. Going for that 4 and the 7, and almost kicked that 4 over there to take care of that 10, but just couldn't quite get it there. Wendleton, all she has left is the 10. And she lets that one go. That one's going to stay down the middle, though, a little bit off to the left, and she doesn't have much movement on her ball. Here is Emmeline Williams, and she will pick up a strike. Second strike in her last 3 frames. Vivian Panico down 26 for Edwardsville. Almost got a strike. That was a good looking ball too. Elena Lang on 25. Leaves up the 5-pin. Here is Panico trying to pick up her 4-pin, and she will. Lang on 25. 1 pin stands in her way of a spare, and get that ball moving. It does. Valerie Stafford on 26 just misses the head pin off to the right. Layla Joko over on 25, ready to go for Collinsville. Back-to-back spares. 5 strikes here in this 3rd game. 4 in a row from the 1st to the 4th. And she'll go back on the strike machine. Stafford will miss. Kellen Stevens up on 25, the anchor bowler here for Collinsville. First, Alex Hill, the number 4 bowler for Edwardsville on 26. Slow moving ball, mows down the middle, leaves up the 4-7 on the left, 6-10 on the right. And, excuse me, Kellen Stevens now down number 25 in the 9th frame. She'll leave up a mess as well. Same thing as Alex Hill, except you throw in the 6-pin, or excuse me, the 9-pin, and Hill will take care of the 6 and the 10. Leave up the 7 and the 4. Stevens has not only the 7 and the 4, but also the 6, 9, and 10. And that's probably the side she'll aim for, since there's 3 pins on that side and only 2 on the other. She does, and 7-pin got knocked away, but the 4 stays standing. Here is Caitlin Stafford on 26. She'll have the 1, 2, and the 4 standing between her and us heading to the 10th. Boys are in the 10th, couple of bowlers in. 8:31 Collinsville, 6:40 Edwardsville. And here's the last throw by Stafford in the 9th. She'll pick off the 4-pin, but the 1 and the 2 stand. And as we head to the 10th, Collinsville up 651 to 486. So one final frame here on the girls' side to wrap up the night. And Casey Buckman will get us going over here on 26. Buckman with a 180 in her first game and a 170 in her second game. Leaves the 10-pin. She'll have to pick that up for the extra ball. Here's Madison Wendleton. for Edwardsville, right down the middle. But she'll have to take care of the 4 and the 7 if she wants an extra ball. Buckman down 26. And she'll have an extra throw. Excuse me. And Wendleton won't be as fortunate. And she will end up with a 99. And Buckman, one more throw before her night's over with, and here it is. Couldn't get the strike. That 7-pin just wouldn't go down. Vivian Panico on 25 will knock down 6 of them. Buckman ends up with a 134 and will win the head-to-head battle. Panico over on 25 was the only Lady Tiger to win a head-to-head battle so far tonight. That was in the second game when she beat Emmeline Williams 109 to 104. Here is Emmeline Williams on 26, and it's in the gutter. Panico down 25 for Edwardsville, trying for a spare to stay up one more time. She does. And Panico will win the head-to-head match once again, as Williams has to try to pick up a 10-pin spare just to give herself one extra throw. And here is that try. Move over, move over. Well, that'll put an end to Emmeline Williams' night. Panico will take care of a couple as that ball stayed left. That's what she needed to do when she had that 7-pin left. Williams ended up with a 101. And Panico ended up with a 121. Here is Elena Lang for Collinsville on 26. Stay up. Nope, it did not either. So both Williams and Lang throw one into the gutter to start off the 10th. Valerie Stafford waits for her pins to set over on 25. Here they come. Now she's ready to go. Stafford going to stay over to the right and only take care of the 10-pin. Here is Elena Lang on 26, trying to pick up a 10-pin spare, and she'll leave the 10-pin up there. Wow. So Lang ends up with a 138. But I don't think she's going to have much of an issue there with Stafford trying to pick up a 9-pin spare, and she'll leave one up as well, and Stafford will end up with a 95. So Lang wins all 3 of her head-to-head matches. And here is Layla Joko on 26 now for Collinsville. I cannot believe that 7-pin didn't fall. Man, oh man. Layla had a 220 in her last game. Here is Alex Hill on 25, and she will leave up the 10-pin. So 7 on one side, 10 on the other. Joko on 26. She will take care of her spare and have one more throw. Hill trying to do the same with the 10-pin over here on 25. If it stays up, it'll be good, but she can't get it to stay there. And Hill will end up with a 123. Her highest game of the 3. Layla with her final throw of the night, down 26. And she'll take care of 8. Caitlin Stafford on 25 will take care of 6 of those. Layla ended up with a 207. So she wins that head-to-head match as she did the previous 2. And now Caitlin Stafford on 25, trying to pick up her spare before Kellen Stevens even throws her first ball here in the 10th. Here is Stafford's try, and she will not get the spare. And Caitlin Stafford will end up with a 101. Stevens already has that beat, But Kellen's going to go anyway because that's the rules, and she'll take care of 7 of the 10. Boys are already done. Collinsville won by 200 pins in that final game. 898 to 698. Here is Stevens trying to pick up her spare, and she will, so she'll have one more throw before we call it a night. JV boys look like they won as well, so a big winning night here for Collinsville. One more throw for Kellen Stevens. Young man who bowled in the 4 spot for Collinsville had strikes from the 2nd frame to the 9th frame. 8 in a row. Stevens ready for the final throw of the night here. And she'll leave up 1. And she will end up with a 158 to win her 3rd head-to-head matchup. And Collinsville wins this one 738 to 539, and the Kahawks will win the evening. And now it is time for us to move into our post-game show, brought to you tonight by LC's Pub in Caseyville. LC's Pub, great food, great drinks, great service, served up daily at Old LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville. You can call in for carry-out orders. LC's Pub, 618-855-9007. Post-game show comes your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahawk fans, before, after, or even during Kahawk games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahawk games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahawk fans' pub of choice. Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 in Collinsville or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience, choose Lakeside. Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahawk fans, before, after, or even during Kahawk games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahawk games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahawk fans' pub of choice.
And we welcome you back here to Camelot Bowl and the LC's Pub post-game show. Don't pay attention to your screen. It's not 27-3 final. It's 37-3. But I already hit the end game clicker, and I can't go back and change it once I do that. So 37-3 ends up being the final score. Joining us now is head coach Sean Hay. A nice win for your team. I know it was a bit of a struggle, but a win's a win is a win, man.
Oh, we'll take a win every time for sure.
All right, so let's talk about your lead bowler there, Casey Buckman. To me, seemed a little off.
Yeah, she did really well. Sorry, there's a lot of background noise. She did really well this weekend in the tournament, and we come in, and of course we know this is our home house, but our home house plays a lot different than everywhere else, and it should be a home field advantage. But, you know, when we go from other places and come back here, it's always a reset. And what she was working on, she was still not doing 100%. So, I mean, it's going to take a little bit of time. She picked up a little hitch, and she was able to do it well for the back half of the tournament, but it was creeping up here a little bit. So it's something that we need in night's practice.
Yeah, and she started off with not wearing glasses, and then midway through she put on some glasses. Then she took them back off again.
Well, she's got something going on with her eye. It looks like she's got some allergies kicking up. I mean, the weather's turning, and it's causing some problems for everybody. But, yeah, she definitely has them. You can tell it's irritated.
Yeah, and Emmeline Williams, your freshman, struggled a little bit as well. She had her best game was her first game, and then she kind of fell off both the second and the third.
Yeah, she was pressing a little bit. You know, like I said, she came off of a decent tournament, and her experience isn't vast, and so it's one of those things that's going to show up.
And Elena Lang, she started off hot, got hotter in the middle frame, and then kind of fell off a little bit in the last one.
Yeah, she was struggling a little bit, too, with consistency. She's gotten stronger since for her equipment. She actually needs to go up a weight and ball. And right now, that's just, you know, it's not cheap just to go out and buy, you know, a whole new bag of equipment.
So, yeah, I'm sure it's not.
I'm sure Santa will come and maybe give her a present.
There you go. Layla doing Layla things, a 220 in that middle frame, or in that middle game. She looked pretty solid tonight.
Yeah, she started off, we were in a ball that could work, but it wasn't working quite like we wanted. So we were able to switch into something that typically she doesn't throw here, and it worked great. So it kind of gave us a look going forward to what everybody could have done. I'll be honest, the equipment that they all had, I mean, it's great equipment, but we needed something a little bit more dull and a solid ball. If bowlers know what I'm talking about, the dull solid was definitely the way to go for best results tonight, and she was able to have that. Everyone else had a little bit of game shine on their ball, and again, bowlers will know what that means. So they were fighting, basically having the wrong equipment.
Yeah, Kellen Stevens, your anchor bowler, had a 190 sandwich, man. She had a 190 middle game and a 158 on either side.
Yeah, she was doing a little something funky with the release, too. It'd be nice to have a practice, but tomorrow we've got picture day, and then another match against a quality opponent in Alton. So we'll have to get it together just mentally and then try to get the physical stuff before we get on the lanes.
All right, well, I'll be back here to see Alton play on the boys' side, so I'll see you next week.
Sounds
good. No, Wednesday.
Wednesday.
All right. That is Coach Sean Hay, the Collinsville Kahok bowling head coach. That is going to do it for us here tonight. I'll take pictures of everything and make sure I type up my story. So until then, the boys won all 3 of their games. The girls won all 3 of their games. JV team won all 3 of their games as well. And we will tell you all about it on the post on the Kahok Sports Network's Facebook page. So that's going to do it from here. Tomorrow we are in action at Belleville West. Got Lady Kahok basketball heading your way. And we'll be on the air right after the JV game ends. And we'll go from there as we begin our senior interviews with Mrs. Lily Carlisle. Will be the first senior interview for the Lady Kahawks tomorrow. So a big thank you to Coach Hay joining us on the pre and the post game show. And until tomorrow, my name is Todd Duke. Everyone enjoy the rest of your Monday.